This map, which we have available for you to take with you tonight, and also we have a third one on the back wall, kind of represents three segments we had looked at for smaller construction packages. One of those segments, segment 1, which went from Highway 218 east of Steele County 43, is currently under construction. This particular segment of 4-lane, we were able to build completely within the roadway right-of-way already owned by MnDOT. And that's the red segment, or segment 1, that you see here before you. The second segment we looked at continues from where their current project ends, and it goes to County Road 16. Some of you may be wondering, why County Road 16? Well, looking at everything that's a part of the design, the future alignment, we wanted to take a look at, okay, what resources going forward can we make use of for a possible temporary connection, but also we want to have to redo or tear down in the future. Well, with County Road 16, under the full alignment, we have a overpass over the future 4-lane and the existing railroad. And we thought, okay, let's make use of these bridges so we can, possibly construct this segment with a temporary connection with some low-speed curves to get up onto County Road 16 and back down to 1614. The third segment we've identified is going from County Road 16 over to the existing 4-lane west of Dodge Center and south of Highway 56. And this is this is the largest segment as far as the smaller construction packages that we have taken a look at. Well, what have we been doing? One thing that we have recently completed and we're taking a look over is we've advanced the hydraulic design from the preliminary engineering associated with the environmental study that concluded in 2011. Design standards have changed recently for what we use to size culverts and ponds and things that are, we're having to make things bigger because with the new standards. We have much more intense rainfall. The information that we've gathered from this advanced hydraulic design, we're going to apply to the overall final design construction plan, as well as it's going to help us determine right-of-way limits for the remaining gap. We also completed a subsurface utility exploration by Cardinal TBE, and Chris there is back in the green shirt and back. And with that location, identified utilities liking any location with the future highway program expansion. This data will help us to estimate relocation utility costs and also help us utilities and ourselves with some relocation planning with the utilities. Cardinal TBE, we're also going to be used to go out there and locate farm drain tile locations. The third activity that we concluded this past, we just wrapped up here, is a phase 2 contamination investigation. And what this is we gathered detailed information on properties that were identified at risk in our environmental study process. And this data will be used to identify any mitigation and estimate cleanup costs associated with those properties. Well, what about the future? Some planned pre-construction activities are to complete a material soil investigation, and we've hired Braun Intertech to help us out with that. And we'd like to go out there and gather some soil samples this fall, after fall harvest and before the spring thaw. And this information will be used to determine on how to build the future roadway. And then any questions that you may have on how this works, Jill is in the blue shirt back there, and after this presentation, please go and ask any questions to her. And as I said before, we're also going to be gathering data on farm drain tile locations, and Chris from Cardinal TBE and the green shirt will be overseeing that. The tile locations, we're going to identify as well as field locates. And this location data will be recorded and used during final design, as well as our materials investigation we'd like to do. Well, future pre-construction activities. We would like to gather information needed for future right-of-way acquisition. We also have been on our coordinating turn-back agreements with Dodge County and affected townships. And we would like to continue to advance the remaining segments for project readiness. We'd like to further study construction and staging scenarios, explore different construction delivery methods, and provide vested agencies and the public with project updates. Odds and ends. To let you know, our turn-back agreement for the highway was approved by Stewart County Board just this past month. And some of you may be aware of this, legislation was passed this summer for an additional $31.5 million corridors of commerce funding. And of that $31.5 million, D6 received $101.5 million dedicated to begin purchasing right-of-way needed for the expansion. The funding received, the right-of-way funding received, we plan on focusing on property acquisitions within segment 2, as well as purchasing properties currently being evaluated for hardship acquisition. And I have John Paulson from our right-of-way department, and back here in the yellow shirt, who can answer any questions you may have on the right-of-way aspect. With that, I'd like to thank you for your time. You can answer any questions you have now, and also, please continue to circulate the room and ask questions. And that's it.
Someone after she just included a plate, and they should